Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Monday, May the 5th. Guess it's Cinco de Mayo Day.
It is.
I didn't even know. I guess we should be having some nice Mexican food today. I don't know. I don't know what's for dinner. I didn't even ask kids. But anyway, who cares about that? Look at the size of me. You think I'm going to miss a meal? I will eat. You do not worry about me, whether it's the 5th, the 10th, the 31st, the 42nd. I will eat on any day of the week.
We want to know what happened to those 3 other kids.
They're on my plate.
Yeah,
I took their food away. We're going to talk NBA playoff. Today we got 2 games tonight. And, maybe we'll just talk randomly about tomorrow's games as well. We'll see where the show takes us. Doug Upstone, Chirimbes, as always, with me here. Before we get into these games on Monday, hit the thumbs up button. I always say like, but it's a thumbs up. It's a thumbs down. Hit it. Let us know you're here. Comment. Who do you like in this game today? Knicks, Celtics, whatever you got. Denver, Thunder. Put it in the comment section. We'll love to hear from you before the games end, please. Probably before they start even. That's a good jumping point. Before they start, put them in the comment section. And again, free picks here. Notification bells on so you know when we drop our free pick videos for NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, whatever we got going on. You don't want to miss out on that. But again, these are the free plays, the old freebies. We try to hit the freebies. Can't hit them all. But again, our best bets, the ones we really want to cash, we got our money where our mouth is, so to speak. Head to gamblersworld.net. 3 730-day sponsors. 3 730-day packages are guaranteed. We show you a profit or we credit you back. Daily passes for $69.99, which when we get playoffs, whether it's hockey, NBA, and baseball, like all 3 sports today, maybe you want that daily pass for that. Maybe it's better on a weekend when it's loaded up, different things. Different ways to save your money. At the same time, gamblersworld.net makes you money. Chip Chirimbes is in the house. Look at him. He's ready to go here on a Monday. Happy Chip. I saw a little email. He's having a pretty good NBA run, but why wouldn't he? The great NBA season. Yeah. The playoffs come, and like the champ he is, it's Chip champion, rising to the occasion with his NBA. How was the weekend? And we're going to jump into your game here. Or not even jump into the game. We'll talk about the first game first and kind of go, all 3 of us discuss it. Knicks, Boston, but before we get to that matchup, or before we start talking about it, Chip, what's going on? How's the weekend and what's in store?
It feels like basketball's completely back. We went 2-0 yesterday, had Indiana on top as our megabuck play. And in Major League Baseball, our megabucks just keep rolling. 7-2 now on the year with our top play in Major League Baseball. I did stub my toe. I went 1-2 for the day, but I did hit the megabucks, a 4-0 win by Milwaukee. So the beat goes on. Baseball's here every day, and the big games and the big money are on the line in the NBA, and that's when we shine. I think all of us do, because we've got such a great sample size, and the lines and numbers now are so tight, and we see if there's an anomaly there, it's easier for us to recognize. So I'm looking forward to it. It's great. Springtime. I'm out there playing golf, and let's see if I can make a few putts.
I remember just saying before we got in here, so you look nice and tan. I got to get outside more. Yeah. It's like 87 degrees every day by me, and I have no tan yet. I gotta get my game up.
We've already had 3 record highs out here after a summer of incredible highs in Las Vegas. I mean, I'm sure Doug did the same thing in Phoenix because it was brutal last summer. 117, 120. Those days make it a little bit tougher to play golf.
That's a dry heat. Doug, speaking of golf, he's a golf guy.
Yes.
How was the weekend, Doug? And what do you got going on for tonight, maybe, or even some games are posted for tomorrow and Wednesday?
Well, let's see. We'll start with what wasn't so good. I had a weekend like the Yankees did. Okay, so it wasn't very good. Okay, and the reason I chose the Yankees because I knew I'd get you 2 guys' attention. Okay, on that one. But no, so from that standpoint, after two strong months, it's just things have gotten a little bit dull around here for me. So looking to turn that right around starting today. I did have some other good news, and for anybody that watched the Thursday video, I talked about the horse racing. Well, as it turns out, I had the correct winner. I had both places at place. I went a win-in place for sovereignty, so I had that. I had the exacta. And I had the trifecta. So I had the full load, okay, across the board. So that was a really nice day. And that was the highlight of the day by far, by the way, on Saturday. And let's see here. What else is going on? Hockey's still going well. Go ahead, Chip.
I want to know if did you bet that the horse race?
Of course I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did, huh?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
because I'm not really a horse player, and I was just wondering. Sometimes we give selections, we don't necessarily back it up.
Right. No. For this, I mean, every horse race do I bet? No. Okay, but certainly the bigger ones, and with the ones that are in Iowa, probably not as much. Okay, looking at some of those. But we had that. I do have but this is for Sean. 2-0 weekend in UFL, Sean. Okay,
Jared, you went 2-0.
There it is.
2-0 the weekend. So I'm up to. I got a winning season now on tap here. That one's
ended. That's it. Number one in the money for the year. UFL betting. We're due to talk about some NBA today here, Doug. We got the Knicks and Celtics. They're starting the games off here. The first game of the night, 9-point favorite, 213 total here. Celtics and the Knicks. What do you think?
17 or go ahead. I don't know who did you say me first?
Okay. I said Doug. I went to you go, Doug. Go ahead.
All right. So 17th postseason meeting. Okay, between these two teams. So long history, but the first one in a dozen years. Celtics are huge favorites to win the series in this one. And during the regular season, they were 4-0 straight up and against the spread. And the average winning margin of those 4 games was 16.5 points per game. Okay. So domination, and even more so if you look at it offensively, in those 4 games, the Celtics averaged 125 points per game, which is 8.7 points more than what their average for the year was. So again, complete domination. We all know about the Knicks' problems against elite teams this year. If you include Boston, Cleveland, OKC, the Knicks went 1-9 straight up. To me, for the Knicks, they got to have Jalen, Brunson, and Karl Anthony Towns play really well to stay in game by game. They also going to need some help from some of the other guys. I think just to stay in games here. One of the key components here. This blew my mind when I saw this. The Knicks on the season averaged for the season, they made 39 more threes than New York did in the 4 games. 39. That's nearly 10 per game difference. Okay, that is just massive. The one I get from this game, I think there's a chance the Knicks. I think it's gonna be a 5-game series personally. Okay, on this one, I think the Knicks can probably cover the spread. It might even be tonight. It might be game 2. Okay, I'd say one or the other they have a shot at here. But my favorite play for this game is Jayson Tatum. For the year, he scored 37, 40, 25, and 32 points against the Knicks. His total tonight is 27.5. So I'm going to say over on Jayson Tatum for this game for my play for this game 1 contest.
Over 27.5 player prop here from Doug. Knicks Celtics. Chip, Knicks Celtics. What do you got? Anything?
Well, first off, I have this game as one of my megabuck releases. I'm really high on the side in this game. But like Doug had said, this New York team has not beaten the top clubs. They're exactly where we expect them to be. They're the 3rd seed in the East. OKC, of course, dominated the West. And like I said, Doug, they won 1 game out of meeting those 3 teams the entire year, right? And that,
right.
And they had leads in one of these Boston games that they blew. They've only won 1 of the last 9 meetings with the Celtics, and they've won 2 of the last 10. And both of those victories came in Boston, believe it or not. And it's a rivalry between these two, which goes back, and they have, like Doug said, they hadn't met in the playoffs since 2013. And the Knicks haven't been into the finals in 25 years, since the year 2000. And Boston's trying to get there for the 4th straight time. This for the Eastern Division Conference Finals. I think, like you said, all the scoring, which is done during the regular season for the most part, is going to become a little bit more difficult to come by. This is the playoffs. I think there's going to be a little bit more defense. Maybe that 3-point shooting isn't going to be as accurate. I mean, 10 threes better than the other side each game, Doug? That's incredible, really, isn't it? I mean,
It is.
At 39 more, that's outrageous. But I think the game is going to stay under the total. That's how I'm playing it here on the show. That's my selection. But remember, I do have a Megabuck release on the side of this game. So if you log on and follow by links, you become an A-play winner with the big game I have today. New York and Boston, great rivalry going way back. But, Doug, you said this line is pretty high.
There you go. Chip's got a Megabucks play. So head on over to Gambler's Row for his best bet. That's all you worry about here. You want to make the money, hit the best bet.
Right.
The free picks are great. Player prop there from Doug. I'm going to hit you with a team total. Boston over 111. I think we'll see some points in this one. And again, it's a lot of points. And I think in both of these games, so I'll lead this into the Nuggets and OKC. If you think the dog's going to hang around and again, they're 9.5 point dogs, these two dogs tonight. If they're going to make this a gentleman's sweep or have any chance of being in this series, they got to catch one on the enemy court. So if you like the Knicks, you got to take them both games here. I didn't play that one. I like the team total. That's about it. Now, Denver and OKC, I did play. As I punch my microphone here, I did not put a package up on this one because I'm on like a 3-8 playoff run between the sports. So not all that great. I'm not going to put something out to sell. It's on the site because I like it. I'm giving it to you here. I like the Nuggets in the points here. I know they're off for Game 7, but you know what? That's not your typical Game 7 when you're up 30 and you're coasting and cruising. And it's not like what a tough battle. It wasn't a tough battle. It was an absolute joke. I can't believe they let Ty Lue get on a plane and fly home with the team when you sit your two stars the entire fourth quarter. You want to sit in the first few minutes? I get it. Harden played 36 minutes. Kawhi is at 32. You're down a little bit. You don't play in the entire fourth quarter? What a joke. What a joke. But that made it easier for me to take Denver here and the 9.5 points. OKC hasn't played since what, Christmas? I mean, when did they play? 2 weeks ago, the way they play at these games every 3 days? They haven't played in 2 weeks. They're still a great team, right? They cover the fact that they're a 10-point favorite after being off this long. Hey, I don't mind. I'm going to take the Nuggets and the points here. And also, DK had this up last night. I grabbed it. It was at 290. It is now down to a 275. Joker or Murray, either of them to score 35 or more, plus 275. For them to be in this series, the stars are going to have to come out to play. And one or two of these guys are going to have a monster game. That's the only way they're going to be. They don't have the depth. The OKC is 12 deep, right? They can just keep throwing guys at you. Not that luxury on Denver. So give me the Joker or Murray, either one, 35 or more, plus 275. Are you kidding me there? Both guys could go for 40. I mean, really? Chip, what do you think? You think I'm crazy? Don't answer that. You know what you're going to say. Why didn't you answer that question?
Three-time MVP, Nicolo Joker.
I just call him the Joker.
I don't even think he's a basketball player, really, from what I watch him out there. I mean, he doesn't get off the ground. He handles – no, he's a great player, obviously. And I just think that Oklahoma City, it's their time. They've had the best record in basketball the entire season. Cleveland game ran a run for their money, of course. But, Denver coming off that game, that series where I think for the most part, I know the sharp people out here in Las Vegas had LA had the Clippers for the series. And I wasn't surprised the way it ended up. I was disappointed the way it ended up, but I wasn't surprised. And, the last time these two teams met in the playoffs was 14 years ago. And Oklahoma City won as 4-1. And the big star in that game, that series, it was Russell Westbrook. Sorry. But he's had quite a series. The way he was throwing the ball up against the Clippers, if he continues to do that, I think Denver's got a legitimate shot. But my instinct here is to take OKC off of the game that Denver won in Game 7. Stressfully, even though they won easy, you still got to mentally get ready for that game and play that game. And maybe they need a little bit of break. 9 days off for the Thunder. I'd lay the Thunder here, Sean. Sorry to go head-to-head with you, but I think the MVP is coming out of Oklahoma City with something Alexander, whatever his name is.
Let's just call him SGA like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Chip is on the Thunder, minus the 9.5 today here. Doug, what do you think? Thoughts on this game here?
Yeah, well, I mean, Oklahoma City comes in 8-0. Okay, so they've covered six of those games, not the last two. And if I'm the coach of Oklahoma City, is as opposed to what we saw from Cleveland yesterday, that's a good teaching point too. From the Oklahoma City coach. I mean, Oklahoma City played 2 crappy games in Memphis. Okay, I mean, they should have just batted them around, but they didn't. They played really, for them, they played really poor defense in there. So if I'm the coach, I'm going to make sure I got this team ready to go. I think there's something with Denver. I actually do have a play on this game tonight also, like yourself, Sean. But I think there's something with Denver being, it was, the 7th game was obviously not stressful, but the rest of the series was. Okay. So I think that kind of plays into it, a little bit here. These teams played 4 times this year. They split it. Each team won on the road, but the straight up winner was 4-0 against the spread. Okay, so that's something just to keep in mind here. So, I'm looking at just overall, other than the game 1 aspect. One thing I did see, and it didn't quite add up for me. So SGA on the season in 2 games in points and assists, he averaged 30 point. I'm sorry, the combined total was 36.8 is what it came to for points and assists with him. It's 38.5 tonight. The thing I guess I question, depending on the outcome of the game, how many minutes does SGA end up playing? Okay, especially when you're trying to do points and stuff like that and assists, the guy's got to get in for the enough minutes to make it happen. And then you get to the bench, okay, of these 2 teams. It's kind of like a rock fight. Russell Wilson by himself against 6 other guys. Okay,
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Russell Westbrook. Sorry, we're having a hard time with that name today.
And they're the same age. They probably came in the same time.
Yeah, Westbrook, though, I mean, he's by himself. I mean, he's coming off the bench. There's nothing else that they have coming off the bench, and anything that they would get would be something for them to get anything, because they got nothing again in the Clippers series, and so much better defense played by Oklahoma City. So yeah, so I'm under SGA the 38.5 points and assists.
Under SGA points and assists, no rebounds included, just points, assists.
No rebound, just those two numbers.
There you go. A pair of player props here from Doug in the 2 playoff games. Under SGA, 38.5 points and assists. Tatum over 27.5 points there. And again, these are Doug's little free plays here for tonight. If you want his best bets, you heard him. He's got a premium play up in the NBA. He's got premium up. We got Major League Baseball as well, I saw.
Yeah, and hockey on the way.
And the hockey on the way. Cold cash on the ice for Mr. Upstone. Go get it at GamblersRoll.net. Chip Chirimbes, he's liking the Thunder minus the 9.5 here. But again, he's got a mega bucks play up in the Knicks and the Celtics game. So go get that. Number 2 in the NBA. Go get Chip's best bet. But before I get to mine, Chip, this day in sports, I'm sure there's some playoff stuff, maybe some wacky baseball from 1917. What do you got for us?
I got something prior to that, 121 years ago today.
Oh, okay. Of course you do.
One of the most famous of all pitchers I haven't even seen any video on this guy. Cy Young pitched the first perfect game in baseball history on this day, 1904, pitching for the Boston Americans. Who the hell are they? They were against the Philadelphia A's at the time. Of course, it was an American League game. In 1922, they broke ground for Yankee Stadium on this date. And in 1925, Ty Cobb went 6 for 6 on this date with 16 total bases. Lou Alcindor, signed by the Bucks, the number 1 draft pick. We all know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And if you guys didn't see him in college and in high school, you wouldn't be talking about these other guys being the top centers in all of sports, because this guy did it all. Taking 30-foot hook shots at the buzzer and making them. Secretariat in 1993 ran a 159.4, and that record still holds for the Kentucky Derby. Mm-hmm. And in 1995, they played their last game at the Boston Garden. They're now at TD Gardens, and I can't believe it's been 30 years. And I've been to the old Boston Garden, and I haven't been to the new one yet. And I can't believe the new one's been there 30 years. They're ready to tear that one down and build another one, I guess. But that's it for May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And by the way, that was the day the Mexicans beat the French in a war that they had, and they celebrate in America while they're here.
I have a question, Chip, on the Boston Americans. Did Paul Revere's nephew play second base for them?
Well, he may have. Those back alleys in Boston, he could have been sneaking around anywhere.
Now, and you guys always bring up about hockey for me because I've said I had a really great season in hockey. Here's something I have never heard of, okay? And I just wanted to get this out there. I know we're not going to discuss it in detail. So we got the conference semifinals, the Elite Eight of the hockey teams now, okay? All 4 teams that have home ice advantage, all 4 of them are all underdogs in their series.
Whoa.
I've never heard of that before.
I've seen that.
No, I mean that's just remarkable to me, and it's backed up by what the odds are for the 8 teams to advance, to get to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, it's incredible. I don't know that I agree with it because I'll just go on record as saying I think 2 of the 4 teams that are listed as underdogs will win their series this in the second round, but it makes sense from the handicapping standpoint why the odds makers are on what they are. But like I said, I've never seen anything like it before. So
I've never seen that, Doug, at all.
No. I mean,
it probably could only happen in hockey. I just don't.
Chip. I mean, I've followed these things for years in hockey. The most I think I can even remember is 2.
Doug, the thing that boggles me a little bit about it wouldn't you say the biggest home advantage in any sport is on the ice in hockey compared to say basketball or baseball?
Let's see. Well, I mean, as a general rule for a sport on a daily basis, I would think there's a lot of truth in that. The thing though that the playoffs are completely different in terms of how that plays out. And this is, for whatever reason, that seems to be particularly true in the earlier round games. I mean, the ones that are supposed to be sweeps, basically, I mean, those end up either being 4 or 5 games. But, for the most part, you get a lot of road teams that win. And in this round too, you'll get that. But it's just, I don't know. I'm just boggled that, all these teams, the closest one is Edmonton is minus 115 against Vegas at 105. Yeah. That's the closest of any of the odds. So yeah,
I'm looking. I see like 150s, 150,
oh yeah,
160.
Yeah. I mean, you could make the case. Believe me, it's there to make the case. I just don't know if it'll play out.
I might just take all 3 of those 150 plusers and just. I mean, one would hit. You think?
Yeah, I say it makes more sense to take 2 of the 4, just play all 4 of them, and if you hit half of them, you win. So why not?
Well, the Golden State one, it could be. I mean, it's not like you're getting plus money, so it's kind of that one to me is.
Now talking hockey, you said Golden State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Golden Knights. I said Golden State. Golden Knights. That's. I mean, I'm staring at my book has that 115 both ways.
Right. Okay. Your book. Okay. Yeah. I got it. 115. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So to the other ones though, you're getting significant 145, 155, 160. There's the hockey. There's the hockey for Mr. Hockey.
There's your hockey talk for the rest of the year. There you go. Enjoy, right?
although I do like the under today in the ice. Just so I will throw that out there. So I got the under 5.5 here.
Did you guys? Nobody saw. Did you? Either one of you see how the game ended yesterday? Well, I should say the regulation ended. What I mean,
was that like 1.5 seconds left? Another
1.6.
Crazy going over the total with under a second left.
Yes. That was
goodness.
That was remarkable.
Well, that happened Saturday night as well with Colorado, which is why I'm like, you know what? 2 last second losses to go over the total. I'm taking the under today. No way that happens 3 in a row. No way that can happen. Again, our best bets are at gamblersworld.net. Doug with hockey, NBA, and baseball for today. Chip with NBA Megabucks winner going for you. Don't miss out on that. I got a baseball game. Go get them at gamblersworld.net. Our free plays one last time here. I'm going to give you that Joker, Murray, one of them to score 35 or more points. It's 35 even, it's a winner. Plus 275. So somebody's got to score for them to be in this thing. I also like the Celtics team total over 111. Doug, a pair of player props. Under SGA's 38.5 points and assists, and Tatum over 27.5 rebounds. Chip is coming in with the Thunder minus 9.5. He says, go get his top mega bucks, Knicks, Celtics, and then you'll be a winner. Gentlemen, happy Monday. Good to see you. Don't have too many tacos and margaritas, especially margaritas there, Chip. Take it easy, all right?
No, I don't do that.
You seen that guy in the news tonight in Vegas, guy with no shirt on.
Yeah.
We're out of here.